everybody, and most of the people know me, but I want to start off with this first. I want to read this, and if everybody gets a chance, please get one of my brochures and read this. This is only one person. This is, I am Corky Blue's ex-wife, and yes, we love each other deeply and respect each other's choices to live separate lives and to follow individual hearts. I am a lesbian with a loving female partner that Corky respects and has always shown his support of our relationship. Now, why did Corky read that? Because Councilperson Becker says I'm homophobic, and I'm really upset about that, and I don't like it. That came from my wife. You'll see things that I want you to read this whole thing because I don't have the time to talk about it. First question is, what is your opinion? And it says the biggest challenge. What in your opinion is the biggest challenge facing Richmond? The inability to work together. That's our biggest challenge. We can't sit before the meeting and put our personal issues to the side and work for the betterment of the people of the city of Richmond. Let me talk about some of the things I've done in the city. A lot of people don't. Tom Butt says I'm the worst thing in 17 years as a council, but I've always been his personal friend for 17 years. He fought to keep my business open, the one that he's trying to close right now. What I did do, let's talk about the taxes in the city, the budget in the city of Richmond. You heard Councilman Bates talking about the budget. You realize if you look back, I'm the only person that did not vote for that budget. The only person, because it was not a balanced budget. And then, secondly, I was the only person that did not vote for the eminent domain. They all came in afterward. Eminent domain costed us $1 million, and we still haven't got that done. It's gone away. RPA don't like me. Tom doesn't like me because we're on the other side. I believe in transparency at City Council. One of the things we have to do is we have to follow the rules of order at the City Council meeting. If you read the Rosenberg Rules of Order, it says, when a council person or any person has been given the floor, you are not to interrupt. If you watch the council meeting, you see I'm interrupted on a consistent basis. I'm trying to bring the information to you. That's what I'm trying to do. Things that you've never seen before. Now let's talk about Doctors Medical Center. You heard Jim Rogers sit here and talk about the fancy things that him, Tom Butt, and JL did. Well, think about this. Inexperience. Mr. Myrick, being the new kid on the council, Tom Butt, as good as he is, and Jim Rogers used him. Because if J.L. Myrick had just said, I will not vote for this Chevron project unless we give some of the money to Doctors Hospital. That's all he had to do. It's 3 people. It only takes one to say no. Councilmember Bates and myself weren't invited to that meeting. Yes, the school project is good, but what good does that do you if you're dead? What good does that do you if Doctors Hospital is out of business? Chevron did not care where we spent the $90 million. Only thing Chevron wanted us to do is just give them their permit. Councilmember Butt, 6 years ago, jumped on Maria Veramontes and Lamerna Lopez, calling them the Chevron 5, and Rogers and the rest of them, because he didn't like their deal that they made. But guess who was on board this time? Councilmember Butt. And so, I like what he did. But the main thing that we have to do is we have to look out for our city. You heard Councilmember Bates just talk about the budget. The budget is the most important thing. The RPA group wants us to get rid of Chevron. 37% of our budget comes from Chevron. So you hear Rogers talking about potholes, and you hear people talking about, street lights and so on and so forth. The Chevron's money, and I'm not trying to be a champion for Chevron. I'm trying to tell you how the money works. Chevron's money's gone, and we don't have anything. Why should you vote for me? Because I'm independent. Because I stand up for what I believe in. Corky doesn't send messages, he delivers them. What I do is I represent all people of the city of Richmond. And please, if you get a chance, take a chance to meet. I think it's a low shot to try to talk about what somebody's personal beliefs are and call them homophobic. And we have a $20 million deficit in the city of Richmond. I represent each and every one of you people in here, and I want you to know that I would love to have your vote. Remember, terminal number 1 came from 2 people, Councilmember Bates and myself. And all they could talk about is our clothes being cleaned in China for $500, when it was actually, if you did the exchange rate, Mr. Butt knows that, is $82. That's all it was. So I'm bringing you a project that you're going to see hire people in Richmond for the next 5 years. I'm bringing you a project that's going to raise the value. And the Moody Underpass, no matter what Roger says, I voted for that too. Thank you very much.